The Enchanted Forest of Bafut. Deep in the heart of Bafut, a small town in Bamenda, Cameroon, there lies a forest that is said to be enchanted. The locals tell tales of spirits that dwell within its ancient trees and of magical creatures that only reveal themselves to those with pure hearts. One sunny morning, a young boy named Kofi set out on an adventure into the forest. Kofi was full of curiosity and had heard all the stories about the enchanted forest. He wanted to see if the tales were true. As he entered the forest, the air grew cooler, and the sounds of the outside world faded away. The trees were tall and majestic, their branches reaching towards the sky like the arms of giants. The ground was covered in a thick layer of moss, soft and spongy under his feet. Kofi walked deeper into the forest, following a narrow path that seemed to lead to the heart of the woods. Along the way, he saw strange plants with bright, glowing flowers and heard the calls of birds that he had never heard before. Suddenly, he came across a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a beautiful pond. The water was so clear that he could see the pebbles at the bottom. As he approached the pond, he noticed a figure sitting on the edge. It was a young girl with long, flowing hair and eyes that sparkled like stars. "Hello," Kofi said a bit nervously. "I'm Kofi. What are you doing here?" The girl smiled at him. "My name is Abina. I live in the forest. This is my home." Kofi was amazed. He had never met someone who lived in the forest before. "Is it true that this forest is enchanted?" he asked. Abina nodded. "Yes, it is. The spirits of the forest protect it and keep it safe. They have magical powers that can help those in need." Kofi's eyes widened with excitement. "Can I see the spirits?" he asked. Abina thought for a moment. "If you have a pure heart, they might show themselves to you, but you have to be very quiet and respectful." Kofi promised to be good. Abena stood up and led him deeper into the forest. They walked for what seemed like hours until they came to a large tree. The tree was so big that it took Kofi several steps to walk around it. Abena placed her hand on the trunk of the tree and whispered something in a language that Kofi didn't understand. Suddenly, the tree began to shake and the branches moved aside, revealing a hidden path. Kofi and Abena followed the path, and soon they came to a small glade. In the glade, there were several figures floating in the air. They were made of light, and their forms were constantly changing. Kofi was in awe. "Are these the spirits?" he asked. Abena nodded. "Yes, they are. They are the guardians of the forest." The spirits seemed to notice Kofi and Abena. One of them floated towards them and stopped in front of Kofi. It reached out a hand and touched his forehead. Kofi felt a warm, tingling sensation, and he closed his eyes. When he opened his eyes, he saw that the spirit had given him a small, glowing crystal. "This crystal has special powers," Abena said. "It can help you when you are in trouble." Kofi thanked the spirits and put the crystal in his pocket. He and Abena then made their way back out of the forest. As they walked, Kofi couldn't stop thinking about his amazing adventure. When he got home, he told his family about what had happened. They were all amazed, but some of them didn't believe him. Kofi didn't mind. He knew what he had seen, and he was grateful for the experience. From that day on, Kofi visited the enchanted forest often. He became friends with Abena and the spirits, and he learned many things about the forest and its magic. And every time he was in trouble, he would take out the crystal and feel the warmth and strength that it gave him. The enchanted forest of Bafut became a special place for Kofi, a place where he could escape from the world and connect with the magic of nature. And he knew that as long as he had a pure heart, the spirits of the forest would always be there to protect him.